Welcome back to the Street Mic. We have our guest here, and today it's just gonna be a conversation from where we be coming from. You know, people been having a lot of concerns. People been asking questions in the comments. You know, they want to know certain things, and I will try to, you know, share with you some of the questions.
Yeah.
There's one question that came in. A guy asked from Uganda that was this journey of yours of coming to Europe worth it? Looking at as a young man who was already having life in Uganda, building business, and then you had to sell everything when you reach South Africa to start this new process of coming to Europe. Tell us.
Well, I can tell you one thing. In Uganda, you say a word. I've already told you guys that. Okutambula kulaba, okudda kunyumya. That when you walk, you will see. When you go back home, you will sit down the people and start telling them what really happened. I have a different picture ever since I started traveling about the world, which I would never have gotten if I had stayed in Uganda. Traveling is another form of education. Actually, traveling is like going to the university. You get to know how people live. You get to know different cultures. You get to get different opportunities you doubt would never have crossed you if you had stayed in the comfort zone. My advice I would give to anyone out there,
Yes.
even if you're rich and you have your money, you've made it in Uganda, make it a must to travel. Normalize traveling. Let traveling be part of your life. Because if you travel, you're going to get a lot of opportunities out there. You're going to perceive the world in a different picture. You're going to see the world in a different angle. When I was in Uganda, I used to look at certain things and I used to think they're so important. When I traveled the world, I saw that most of the things that people think in Uganda are so important, they don't really matter.
Wow.
They don't really matter. And what you think as big in other places is nothing. There's also another saying, it's also in Luganda.
Yes.
It says that atana ita yatenda nyina okufumba. That a kid who has not gone around in different homes is the one who will praise his mother, will say, oh, my mother is the best cook. But once you go out and eat in different places, that's when you know that, oh,
There's some.
there are other people now to cook. It's not only my mother. My mother is not the best cook.
That's
I used to wonder why white people travel so much. It's education, opportunities. White people have been traversing the world through ages. White people spend almost 50% of their money on holidays. I know why they travel. Once you travel the world, you'll come back at home in your corner and you'll appreciate your life. You'll say, Alhamdulillah. You'll be so grateful for the life. And you'll find a way of improving your life. Me, in my life, if I find someone who has traveled around the world and still very arrogant, I feel sorry for that person. It's like he has not traveled. Arrogance.
And it's rare to get those kind of people.
If you've traveled the world, you've been places, and you're still very arrogant, I feel sorry for you. You've seen nothing.
Wow.
You've learned nothing. Because when you travel the world, you'll see a lot of things that will humble you. And you'll say, oh, they will make you a better person. If you've traveled the world and you can't be good to others, then I feel sorry for you. The world is diverse. The world is rich in different ideas. So one thing, you know, when I was in Uganda, I was a little kid, a little ghetto youth. And like I used to buy clothes from a window and I go sell them in the markets. So when I started traveling the world, I never knew that I would even ever buy a car in my life. Time came, I used to look at a car as something big. It reached a time when I was in South Africa, I had like 3 cars parked in my yard.
From traveling. get a new idea. implement it.
Opportunities in the
Opportunity.
once you travel, there's a lot of greener pasture out there.
Thank you so much.
Traveling is one way to break the poverty cycle. You're there in your family, nobody has ever driven a BMW. Travel. And some people, the problem, people think that traveling needs money. Okay, I know a lot of people make like a lot of memes about traveling that, oh, if you say that traveling needs courage, it needs courage. How many courage should I use for booking an air ticket? No, forget the memes.
Wow.
It's your heart, courage, your passion.
Yes.
If you say you want something in life, God will give it to you.
Wow.
What you want in life, that's what the world gives to you.
What the world gives you. Thank you
That's
so much.
what God gives you. So let me finish this point.
Yes.
Sorry,
Yeah,
I know.
No. Go ahead.
Yeah, I'm telling people, if you get the opportunity out there, even if you're rich, travel, go to Japan, go somewhere, go to Singapore, go to Europe, go to Russia, go to Ukraine, go to America, see how things move. Some people, you're in your area and you're never falling in love with anybody. Go to out. There's love outside there in the world. There are people who will love you. There are people who will cherish you. If people are undermining you where you are, they take you like you, maybe they take you as a loser. Go somewhere else. You'll win. You'll see a different picture of the world. So I always tell people, I'll never regret the day I started traveling. And I'm so grateful to Allah for having traveled. And I look forward to traveling more.
Wow. It's so grateful and it's so always humbling when he put his God close by. Thank you so much for answering that. And the next question, that is also, been coming in the comment.
Yeah?
Some people have been doubting you in particular,
Yeah?
that you trick your way to where you are right now. What do you have to say to those people?
Thank you very much. Another thing I'll tell you, an African man, you as an African, I'm an African boy. I'm from the ghetto. I was born in the ghetto. I have no right in the world.
You can't.
I wasn't born with privileges.
No.
I have to go out there in the wild and fight for my rights.
Grab it.
Nobody's gonna come to your place in the ghetto and give you a visa. No, or give you the money to travel. I made my money genuinely. I've never robbed anyone in my life. I went to South Africa, most people were doing fraud. I didn't do fraud. I was doing clean business. All my friends who know me, I used to sell clothes. I've always been in the fashion business, selling clothes. When I stopped selling clothes, I went into buying insurance cars and scrapyard cars. I fix them up and I sell them. So I make humble earnings. But when it comes to traveling, you as an African, you don't have a right. We Africans are never given the opportunity.
No visa on arrivals for us.
No, an African man will get a visa-free country in a country which is maybe
As Africa.
it's a poor country.
Yeah.
They'll never give you a good country. You have to fight for yourself. Let me tell you something. There is a time when my daughter could travel. My daughter, Sophia,
Yeah.
she had a red Danish passport. She could travel.
But you couldn't.
I, the dad, couldn't travel. They would deny me visa. They would never give me a visa. Can you imagine?
Yes.
My daughter has a red passport. And I have not even a right to get a simple visa. That's what used to happen. The world will never be fair to you as an African. There's a statement I read when I was in South Africa. People love putting it on their cards.
Yes.
The black man is always a suspect. As an African, you don't have any right.
A little disclaimer. For a young child in Africa, this is the saying out there, but we are encouraging you that you are not.
You
It's a
are
saying.
not.
You have the opportunity as much as
You
anybody
are
else.
free
But
to go and fight for your rights.
listen very well.
Yeah, go get your rights. Go out there and fight for your rights, just like Bob Marley said. Fight for your rights. Get out and fight for your rights. No one is going to give you a visa as an African. I had to find ways of coming to Europe. I'll never go to any embassy like a Swedish embassy or an embassy in Switzerland, and I tell them, oh, I want to make ends meet. I want to make some more money. I want to go to Europe. No, they'll never listen to my stories.
Never listen to you.
They'll deny me a visa.
Exactly.
So as an African, I have to stand up for myself. Find ways of getting myself to what I want, as long as in that process I don't hurt anybody. thank you. I didn't hurt anybody to come to Europe.
No.
No. I didn't rob anyone to come to Europe. No. But I just found ways of how I can circumvent
Yeah.
and reach to a place I wanted. Me as an African who has no right over good things in this world. Yeah. Because when you go as an African, you ask for a visa, 10 Africans, at least 9 of them they will be denied. They may give one. As maybe a Caucasians, all of them, they'll give them the visa. Like they are free to go to Uganda, but it's hard for us to come to Denmark.
Because they can travel whenever they travel and they can go back. But that is for another case. When you travel outside the country of Uganda, when you make life better, you have to think about going back to build the country that you come from. That brings us to the third question.
Yeah.
This question was asked. You have been in Europe for a while.
Yeah.
What have you done back home? People are so impatient. They want to see something happen, you know. Have you built a mansion?
No. It comes back to what you told me. I told you I'm already, right now, I'm going to start on a very big project. And I pray to God that that project may be a success in my life, because that project is going to empower my family members and a lot of people.
That is in Uganda.
It's going to be 1 million. In Uganda, we shall say 1 billion project.
First to hear
I'm
from
soon
you.
starting on it. I'm not going to say it.
Don't say it yet.
Yeah.
That's for next
I've
episode.
also made some investments in Uganda, of which those I won't tell anybody. Those are mine personally.
Yes.
I told you when I went back to Uganda, before even I started working to Europe, I had saved some money from Europe. And also my wife, we came back together and we set up some project which was very beneficial to us. Yeah.
Wow.
So
For those who are
if
doubting,
I tell you the benefits I've got, and you know, when a soldier goes to war, you know how many things he gets? When a soldier goes to the front line to fight, you know what he gets?
tell us.
He gets the loot, in most cases, which is the money.
Yeah.
Soldiers, most cases, when they go to fight, they fall in love, they come back with women, they have kids. So when I traveled, I fell in love, I got a kid. What's that? That's success, bro. That's success.
That's success.
What are we looking in the world?
Yes.
Family.
Family.
Yeah, I already have a family, a beautiful family. That's success number one. I have kids. I made. That's Alhamdulillah. I'm grateful to God. And the money, of course, I don't have to tell you everything I've got. Yeah.
Last question.
Yeah.
Would you do this again, going back to 2011?
I'll do it again and again and again. That's what I tell anybody. You have the chance, go travel and see the world. There's so many opportunities waiting for you outside there. There's so many opportunities waiting for you.
Wow.
You're in Africa, travel the world. You're in Uganda, go to Kenya. Go to Tanzania, go to South Africa.
Yes.
Travel.
Yeah.
The world will open up to you. The world will embrace you. But if you stay in your comfort zone,
You're going to get the embrace.
your chances will be limited.
Chances will be limited.
Exactly.
That was our final question from the summary of all this first to the third episode. Now we're in the fourth episode. Thank you so much for coming back again and clearing this with us.
It's always a pleasure
Always.
being with Street Mike. I look forward to doing some content with the Street Mike soon, if Tom will allow me. And I also have a YouTube channel. My YouTube channel is Angels and Dolls. Angels and Dolls, you can follow it up. I normally give people travel advice. Yeah. You can always ask me for travel advice. I can always advise you. I know the world is changing. People are traveling. People are moving places. People are looking for opportunities. Travel the world and the world will embrace you. You will meet opportunities. You can always feel free. My Facebook names, I'm called Jarim Sean. Feel free to send me a text. I'm a very humble man. I'll always reply you when I'm free. I can always advise you about traveling. My Facebook name, I'm called Jarim Sean. Go to Facebook, Jarim Sean. Follow me and ask me anything. I can always advise you. You can be in Denmark, you don't have a place to sleep. Oh, call me, I'll give you a place to sleep. Come on, I've been there.
Oh, thank you.